It's July.
B squared.
Thought he wasn't gonna do it. Thought it wasn't gonna happen. Are you serious today? On today? That what we doing? If y'all hear a little noise in the background, it's my fan. I'm hot. It's hot. It's hot. So, a little air for me is necessary. Otherwise, he'll get all the attitude in the world. I know that's shocking.
Never.
Ben wants to be a biker.
No. I wanted to represent the Chiefs today just in some kind of way, form, or fashion. I had my pullover on the other one and she didn't like it.
It's going in the trash. Very soon and very soon. His next gift will be a new pullover.
I like that, but I might get rid of my old one. My mother-in-law bought me that.
Yep.
How many years ago was that?
Too many. So many that it
I don't think
has
we were
holes
married.
in
Were
it.
we married then? I don't even know if we was even married. So it may have been more than 5 years ago.
You started getting gifts when we was married.
Oh, so you trying to tell me that she never bought me a gift when we were married?
I'm kidding.
I'm just saying. Just let me know. You had a conversation?
No.
Well, your mother-in-law.
Hi, Mom. She's having a relaxing time with her brother in California. So she's been living her best life. And I'm jealous because I wanted to be in California as well.
I wonder if people can see my glasses are dirty.
They couldn't. They're looking now. My glasses ain't dirty.
Pay a lot of money for those eyes.
And when they get sleepy, these new eyes just close. They get real heavy. And then all of a sudden, I can't keep my eyes open. I don't feel like I used to do
Who
that.
do you send the messages to?
I was sending you a message to remind you that we need to go to Mama's house and get mail.
Wait. You was sending me a message.
Because you got it on Do Not Disturb, but it's going to remind me later. Don't call me out.
Today is today's date. I'm not issue with the message you sent. Today is today's date. And we were supposed to...
I just realized that I agreed to do something and haven't necessarily fulfilled my duty because I was busy.
So your mama been gone, Tony Braxton, and you didn't get the mail. You got that reference.
7 whole days.
You ain't checked her mail. So somebody was stalking her house to see if she's available, and they look at her mailbox. Oh, she got 7 days worth of mail. She ain't here.
Hopefully she's not watching this video because by the time she gets back, it'll be picked up. I don't know if you know or not, but
you're busy.
I've been busy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I should have just forwarded it to you since she texts you on her own nowadays.
I'm busy.
It's a blessing not to be an in-between anymore.
I'm busy.
Ooh.
I don't receive text messages.
I said on the 29th that I was going to get her mail.
You went back to your email or your messages?
My text, because I was like, oh, maybe it was in the middle of the week. That's Tuesday, Thursday, Monday. Okay. Anyway. My bad.
Look at the lips popping.
Hey. My lips be popping. I don't know how to
Are you
song
putting earrings too? I'm just looking at you now.
Oh yeah, look, my queen earrings that I got.
From your skin, you can see it.
Yeah, because I realize I'm wearing black. That's backwards. Let's see. What? Because I can't. There we go.
My ankle's itching like the Dickens.
Okay, that's so. And you shaking the whole table.
Well, I got the itch.
Michelle style. I was trying to find the name of the people because it's on a black-owned business that sells on Amazon. Is where I got this necklace, And let's see if you can see it. That's backwards. Maybe not. So it says,
What is that name?
Educated Black Woman.
Educated Black Woman. Okay.
Yes. So it's from Crown Educated Black Woman. Oh, that's not the name of her thing. Just kidding. Yeah, when I find it, I will let you all know. But
like, subscribe, hit the bell. Something people
SJ Collection. I apologize.
People say.
Anyway, so she just launched. She's a black-owned business, small business, and she's out of Arkansas. So she has some cute jewelry. So feel free. Anybody else has a black-owned business? Put it in the comments.
Go back down. What happened to that? Where is that at? Neither here nor there. Keep going. Never mind. Back to the camera.
In one of them boxes down there, we look like a whole FedEx department.
FedEx. Well, we got Amazon packages with the FedEx department. Okay.
UPS. How about that? How about that?
Amazon delivers their own packages.
Sometimes they have UPS delivery.
Like, yeah,
I mean,
majority of the time.
but I guess you know everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just gonna say that like, that's right. You're wrong. You're wrong. Subsido Jewelry is Who Did My Earrings. Another small black business.
You have to spell that because nobody doesn't know what you said.
Subiceto Jewelry.
Say it over time.
Subsido. I might be playing it wrong.
That's why I had you spell it, because I don't know what that makes.
For real?
I wouldn't say
it's a whole new month, though, dog.
Wait, you bounced at the table.
Oh, now I can't make the table bounce. You know. Anyway, that's not what we're doing. We had a whole production meeting this morning.
Somebody's going to get let go.
Who's going to let me go? It is B squared, not B single. Like, we talking about?
You could be the one get let go.
Who? It's only two of us.
Could be me.
You gonna let yourself go?
Pink slip.
Anyway, somebody wants to have a more structured production.
Let's explain this, tell them what it is. So, every week, somebody says, what are we talking about today? And anybody knows me, I'm off the cuff.
Somebody says it or I say it?
You say it, somebody.
Okay. I'm not just somebody, though.
Okay, you're right.
Be very clear.
My co-star said every week.
This is what we doing today. Okay.
My co-star says every week.
Come on, July.
July? What's that mean?
Yeah, new month. New month, not a new you. Go ahead.
Oh. So she asked me every time, what are we talking about? And me, I like to just be off the cuff.
Which is scary. And if anybody sees me turn red, it's because he's off the cuff.
I usually don't like planning things. And then when my wife plans things, she goes way too far.
What does that mean?
Not in a bad way.
Well, that's what it sounds like.
No, I mean like over the top details sometimes.
What that mean?
So even in our production meeting last night, and I will say we need to.
Production meeting last night?
You know,
was I awake? I just know about the one this morning. Go ahead.
The meeting we had last night, talk about what we were going to talk about and how we structure.
That was this morning, wasn't it? Well, I attended one or two production.
Somebody gonna be let go. This is gonna just be B blank B.
Go ahead.
So she started writing out all this details.
It wasn't really writing out details. Y'all know my memory. I keep telling people that my memory ain't good. It ain't what it used to be. I'm about a cough away from 40. And I had phlegm in it. Anyway, so I'm a cough away from 40. So my short-term memory ain't so grand.
Your long-term memory ain't as accurate as it should be.
Wait a minute. Shots fired.
I'm not trying to fire a shot. I'm just saying your long-term memory ain't as good as you think it is.
If y'all follow Ben, y'all know he been taking shots all week.
All week?
Yeah. What was that post that you made?
I made a post. I don't make no post. What are you talking about?
You made a post and you threw a shot out there, and so I made a post and threw my shot back because what you ain't gonna be doing is shooting at me and me not shoot back.
No.
Period.
No. I don't make posts. Oh. You brought that to my attention.
And then you reposted it.
Yeah, I did. You brought to my attention. It says, how is it that my wife knows my social security number, my bank card, and her numbers by heart? Knows them. What's my last 4 digits of my card number?
You can put that out there on the video.
Last 4 digits of my card number.
3705.
What's the last 4 digits of your card?
3734. What's the problem?
However, what you want to eat for dinner? I don't know.
We still gotta figure out what we're doing for lunch. I'm taking my 2 favorite men to lunch post Father's Day, since that original plan didn't go out like it was supposed to.
Patrick, this is where I was getting at with the whole Father's Day thing.
No, I originally was going to take you all out the weekend of Father's Day, and then my plans came crumbling down.
Derailed.
No, they came crumbling down.
Derailed.
Because my mama took over, bless her hearts and all her parts, took over and made that into everything else. So I still said I was honoring you all to take you all separately.
Right. But my point that I was trying to make back then, when I was trying to make my point.
Now, see, Patrick, this is where you're trying to tell him, you're yelling at the screen to tell him to stop.
No.
Don't go back.
No.
You just got out of that mess.
No.
So why are you going to go back?
I'm okay.
But go ahead.
The point I was trying to make was that when it comes to Father's Day, the organizational stuff that goes on ain't there. They can't get on the same page. You have people that want to celebrate people, but they can't get together, come together, and make.
Well, it's a whole
cohesive.
pandemic outside, because we used to have a standard place that we would go and do Father's Day every time. Mother's and Father's Day, we do it at the same place.
Whoa! I ain't never been to no Father's Day, nothing.
That's because generally we stopped going to my side because we was going to your side, and we was picking whichever one we was going. Plus, you was working, if you remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm not saying that.
So you didn't attend.
Whoa! Settle down.
You didn't attend lots of events because
lots
you was
of
at
events
work.
don't got nothing to do with Father's Day.
Father's Day, we always went over Aunt Jackie and Uncle Dale's house.
Tell me one Father's Day we went over Uncle Dale and Jackie's house.
2 Father's Days ago, that's where they were. I went over there. You did not attend because you were at work. You saw your dad, and then we went to work. It's on Saturday. I mean, on Sunday that we went over there. Just like we do Mother's Day.
I was aware of Mother's Day.
And
Easter.
You don't go because your mama cooked.
I don't recall there ever being a Father's Day event at Uncle Dale's house.
See, this is what happens in marriage. You have to pick which side that you're going to.
You do.
Unless you are having something collectively.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a lot of times that we don't go to my family's house more than we go to your family's house.
Well, let's put the caveat out there. Sometimes family members will react a little slower in their planning process, and then the plans are already made.
Did you call my family slow?
No. Because I can talk about my family right now about 4th of July situation.
Ooh.
And let me reach in here.
I'm
gonna do it.
Not the close up.
I'm gonna do it. Listen.
Not you had to wipe your mouth first.
I see a little greatness in here. Great beard.
I mean, when I point it out, it's a problem. But go ahead.
So, this is just me. This is just for me. When I start making plans for something, and I do it in advance, I'm not going to back off my plans because that's my plans. Why should I alter because of the fact you have an epiphany today saying you decided you wanted to do something? So my family's getting together. They're having like a preemptive family reunion. I won't be attending because I already made plans for today, celebrating Father's Day on July 3rd, and tomorrow.
Okay.
No shade.
All the shade. Palm trees.
No.
They're all around our house because of this one here.
No.
That's all right.
I appreciate the fact that my wife still is going to honor us and take us out to what she said she was going to do. Well, what my father-in-law said is that so we just lose out on our dinner because of the fact that everybody else will make adjustments.
Exactly.
He was on point with that. But
and I said, no, we're not.
Right. And my wife has honored her thing. I'm not saying that we didn't celebrate before around that time. I'm just saying that we're doing it today.
Y'all see, anybody see being moonwalking?
I'm not moonwalking. I'm saying that my wife.
Make it up.
No, my wife said she can do what she do and she's still going to do it. And based on our schedules, it happened to be just today when we're going to do it. So I'm not altering to have a 2-day family reunion this weekend because I already have plans. I'm not going to push our Father's Day lunch back because, my family decided they want to get together for 4th of July a few weeks before 4th of July. I'm not doing that. I already have plans. Like tomorrow. I have plans for tomorrow that I'm not going to alter. And tomorrow's more of a day of rest. More than celebrate the 4th, which I should.
And let's be clear. It's still a pandemic out here.
True. That's
so
what my father's issue was.
We're not going to be like this.
My father's issue.
It's a whole pandemic. Everybody ain't vaccinated. Everybody ain't masked up.
I love my family, but I just don't think that I'm not going to alter. It ain't about the pandemic for me. I'm just not going to alter my plans because people are planning to do something. And maybe you should. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I may be wrong. Maybe I should have said, I'm going to alter because people are coming into town and this and that and the other. That may be the case. And if my family's watching, anybody from Omaha or somebody like that that's watching, and they feel like, you kind of slighted us because we came to town and you didn't care about coming around, I'm sorry.
You said maybe I'm wrong, and then hunch your shoulders.
I may be wrong, but I doubt it.
A long time. Just that's not right.
We
still love you all. And only can see one hand.
Buy me a better camera.
No. We still love all of our family.
You put that on your screen? You want to throw a shot at me?
Oh, I was just going to say what my shot back was. Because we read yours.
I didn't know that was a shot back, but okay.
I tagged you in it.
You sure did.
And then I put the face and the face with the thing. It says, you claim you're still watching the movie, but your closed eyes and your loud snores determine that was a lie. And it has Maury on it. Well, that's for you and your daddy. Because y'all swear.
My father, very wise man, said every closed eye ain't sleep.
However, y'all snoring indicates that you are asleep.
Well, you got to sell the thing. You just can't just leave it out there. You got to sell the story. Every closed eye ain't sleep. You can recite back the conversation you had.
But
when his eyes are closed.
But your closed eye is sleep. Okay?
I ain't learned all the way like he has. He's older than I am. He's more wiser. He got a few more grays.
You got a few more?
Yeah. Wisdom.
Okay. That's fine.
I wanted to talk about the 4th of July, but I ain't going to do it.
But what about the 4th of July?
We ain't free. We free-ish, like my shirt said. I was going to wear my shirt tomorrow. I was going to put it on the camera and everything, but that's too much work. I ain't doing all that now.
I mean,
maybe I'll find a little something to put in the middle, right? Oh, wait, where the camera at? There.
I'm sorry. I should laugh at you.
What are you doing? Go ahead.
Anyway, so back to the original conversation, because we get squirrel moments all the time. So we were talking about production meeting. Apparently there was 2. I was only a part of 1. Did I talk back in the first production meeting?
You were wide awake, laying the thing, and then start typing on your phone the stuff you talked about.
Oh, is that where this started? Okay. We didn't watch the shows yesterday, did we? Yeah, we did. Okay. It was yesterday.
That was only a few hours ago.
Anyway.
I got a question. What is long-term and short-term memory? What does that time frame look like? When does it become long-term? And when does your short-term memory turn into long-term memory when you didn't remember it was short-term? This is questions I got.
When I say long-term memory, like I have memories like when I was a child, a teenager, growing up, whatever. But man, these last couple of years a little fuzzy.
You have memories, but the details a little shaky, maybe? Do you mean they know all the details?
Possibly. Or what year it is, or what day it is.
Our first date, how much money did you spend?
Dang, I didn't put that on the right day. Huh? First date,
Mm-hmm.
$50.
You just made it up. Moving on.
I sure did.
Keep going.
How much was it?
I don't remember. It's $100 and something odd dollars. Yeah, you did.
I spent $100 on you on our first date. That's why I ain't paid for nothing else since.
You know where we went to?
Texas Roadhouse. See? Look at that. Long time memory. That was 10 years ago. Actually, that was 11 years ago.
That's what it is. You're kind of cute today. What you did?
Thank you.
Look at your cheeks. The freckles.
I
You
appreciate
like you washed your face. You washed your face? Look at you. All in your... What is it? What is this part? T-zone?
Yes.
You look all
You
nice.
can make a tea. But if I get closer...
Whoa. What do you mean? What you mean? What you trying to say about my wife?
When I get closer... So, I have black skin that's still a little burned. So, I need some sunscreen. So, like, right in here... Like, this light is making it beautiful.
Oh. Okay.
But right in here,
Uh-huh.
I'm burnt.
I don't think you're burning as much as you think you are. Your little cheeks a little red on the camera, but...
Yeah, but then right here,
Uh-huh.
I got like hyperpigmentation and stuff like
What
that.
is it called?
I don't know.
You made that up, huh?
I'll have to look it up. I think
You just made something up. I got hyper.
It's pigmentation issues right in here, and it's like it bubbles up. Now I'm making it sound real gross.
You did too far with it.
It bubbles
I
up.
said your
and
teeth
it's
don't look
red.
nice, and all of a sudden you went there and I got bubbles. Don't get in there.
See y'all, I ain't crazy. Anyway, but we gonna let the light do what it's do, and
My eye is running. I put eye drops in. What?
I'm trying to figure out what's going on with your eye.
That's right. It's been running since the comedy show.
All right, so getting into our weekend because I forgot what we were talking about before. Production meeting. So we're gonna break it up into 4 categories. I almost said 5. I'm not doing well today. Go ahead, co-star.
What we'll talk about? What you mean? You want to tell the categories? No, we're not gonna tell the categories. We'll name them as we go.
Okay. I'm sorry, my eye now itches.
Oh, the guy go. And do the stuff on
Because you can't. Because
why
the
did he
light.
put it behind it?
He put his hand behind it so you can see it.
Oh, is that what he does it for?
Because sometimes the glare will make it where you can't see it. See how that glare is?
I can see it the whole time.
This part. So then you put your hand behind it. Oops.
Still see it. Still see the light.
Okay, that wasn't kind of the bottle that did do it. Whatever. So last night.
Why he does it anyway? Go ahead.
Last night we went on a date. Woohoo! Did you have fun?
Yes.
What's your favorite part?
My favorite part. Being able to go on a date with my wife and just being there.
Enjoy your
We didn't really.
time.
It wasn't like it was. Typically, our dates are let's go get a meal and that's the date. But we actually went out and do something this time without it being a orchestrated event. So that was a good part about it. It was like, hey, we're gonna go do this. It wasn't really impromptu, but it was kind of like a couple of days in advance, but not
I didn't
really.
get scared either.
That's good.
I wasn't anxious.
It was just kind of like, let's just do this, or would you like to do this type of thing? And it was like, yeah, let's do that. And then it was kind of like we did it. It wasn't like we had to plan and coordinate it, and all that. So that was good. I like that part of it. I like the fact that we already had our other co-star is not here today. That's why you hear that background noise that ain't going on.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
So because she had, we had I don't want to call it a sitter. She's too damn old for a sitter. A babysitter.
She's
damn
having a
right.
relaxing weekend,
Yeah.
getting pampered with her grandparents.
Yeah. She went to
Getting
a spot.
spoiled. She went to Smash House. Have to make sure you all check out the Smash House at Kemper Arena. Nephew is doing a great job out there. So apparently she tore up some stuff.
You called it Kemper Arena. I think it's called something else now. But anyway.
Okay, well that's what anybody who's from Kansas City know where Kemper Arena is, right? Right.
I'm just saying.
Hy-Vee Arena, I think it is actually now. I'm gonna look it up.
This is why videos be long.
Anyway, I'm gonna talk while I look it up because guess who can do two things at once? Anyway,
But you
so
can't remember nothing. Sorry. Smash House.
shots fired. Anyway, so we went to the Improv. So y'all know before I had went to the Improv with my sister, and some people get jealous by me going out without them. So we found out, I think my mama is actually the one who sent it to me. Thanks, Mom. Sent me a text message that Damon Williams was in town and you get your tickets for $2.
After you sent the message to me, I realized I was working doing my job. I had got the message as well.
Yeah.
I get the messages. I just hadn't seen that one.
I hadn't seen that one. I don't know if I may have told them to opt out of texting me or what. I don't think I did, but you know, it's whatever.
You usually send a text and an email.
If you're watching this and it's still Saturday,
Wait.
put in the code July and you get $18 off a ticket, and you can go see Damon Wayans tonight. $2. Yes.
What's his name?
Damon Williams.
You didn't say that.
What I said?
You said what he said last night.
I said Damon Williams.
You said Wayans.
Wayans? It ain't Wayans. It's Williams. He looked like Mayor Lucas.
He does like Mayor Lucas.
He Mayor Lucas' long lost brother.
I don't post online. We can talk about that later maybe. But I almost want to tag the two of them and say, y'all related. And send the mayor down there to sing.
Because when he walked out, he came out on our side, and I was like, Mayor Lucas, moonlight is Damon Williams.
And Damon Williams has been around the comedy forever. He's really good.
Forever.
I think that's the first time I've seen him.
When I tell y'all, my
good.
stomach hurt, and then his opener, what's that boy name?
I just know it was Ralphie, I think.
Ralphie from Wildin' Out.
Matt Ralphie or something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up too.
The guy from Wildin' Out.
He was hilarious, and I wasn't ready for him to be hilarious, which he says in his thing, like, I have to come out here and prove I'm funny to y'all, because I know I'm a heterosexual white man, and I'm already out the gate. I was like,
He said, look good.
Look good. Yeah. So he spent a lot of time talking about how he just started looking good. But one that was funny is he was talking to this lady in the front row. It was her birthday. And you know how we are. He said, how old are you? She said, 25. He said, please. And I said, I know. She wasn't 25 at all. But he was trying to encourage her to go ahead and give her real age. And then he was like, brown sugar don't expire. I said, what? Put it on a shirt, because that right there, that's a word. That's a word. Brown sugar don't expire. And neither do we. So I don't know how old she was. She looked like she was about double that 25. But
oh yeah, easy.
Yeah, she had put on readers when she went to look at her bill. I was like, ma'am, you can't put on readers and tell people you 25, but bless your heart and all your parts. Because that one right there, hilarious.
You just stole mine.
What? What's your...
Oh.
Is that what you say?
Yeah.
I didn't know who I got that from, but I was like, that's just came out my mouth. Okay. But Damon Williams kept telling us to laugh today and be serious tomorrow. So that's what we did, and we really, really enjoyed our time. So I think Miles is the one that had the epiphany of enjoy your time was a good advice that he had gotten.
Mm-hmm. Because you work, and then you take a vacation, finally.
Mm-hmm.
But we work so much that 1 week vacation isn't enough. And you try to fit so much in your vacation, then I take a vacation for my vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I always try to add time to it because I just need a little day to decompress from the vacation. Because you running to get to your vacation, especially you're gonna travel. You running and doing all this planning beforehand. You're excited. You're excited. You're excited. Then you go on your trip and you got all that travel time or whatever. You get to where you're going, and then now you got to try to plan and run and run and run. It's just like work.
And don't let a pandemic happen and then you don't get your vacation.
Right. And then after you do all that work while you're on vacation, trying to plan and getting coordinated and things like that, make sure that you're enjoying yourself. You don't get a chance to enjoy yourself. And then afterwards, it's, I got to rush and bust to get back to the everyday grind. And then you realize, well, shoot, I had a vacation, but I'm tired. Going back into a place that you're like, I don't even want to be here today. I was on vacation.
You almost have to take a day off to get back into the saddle beforehand. So, yeah. So, it was good. What else did we do? Nothing. We didn't do anything else yesterday.
No.
We ate there and enjoyed some laughter. They told us we were going to be offended. Did you get offended?
No.
Me either. It was funny. So, again, if you want to go see Damon Williams, you can use the same promo code that I used. He was a little offended about his $2 tickets, but I don't care. I was like $40 or $4. Sounds like a 4 for me. But it's good little cheap date night. Works for me.
I wonder if, I know they do that specials because they're not selling. They don't sell out. So they offer the specials.
More the pandemic than him.
No. It's not about him. They could let the tickets at what they were. But in order to fill up the club,
right? Because they make their money on food and drink.
Right. They make most of their money. I mean, because that bill was $50 and all we had was was it an entree or appetizers?
An appetizer and 2 meals.
And it was, and then the 2 soda, it was $52, and I was like, oh.
I thought they said 45.
52.
Well, you know, when you ain't paying the bill, you don't really look at it too well.
And they had gratuity already added into it, and I was like,
that's what made it 52.
They said we can get our 18%. We don't, and I was like,
because you know people don't tip well. Yeah, they say, oh, there's 18%. At least they tell you. They used to didn't tell you. They just right at the bottom. I think people got pissed. But
right.
At least they tell you.
One for one to get 20%. Now I'm getting 18. I'm good.
But what if you wanted to give them 0? Then them ladies don't work hard for nothing.
That's neither here nor there.
Ooh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yawn. My bad. So we also caught up on our reality TV shows that we've been telling you all about.
Wasn't as much bombshells as we thought they would be, but we talked about that because they have 2 episodes for a reason.
So he's talking about Ready to Love reunion. We watched part 1. Any revelations?
No, they kind of teased a little bit.
No, from the first one, not the tease from.
That's what I'm saying. They kind of teased the whole earlier on when they was talking about Ron. Like Ron's the cause of everything. They teased it twice. They had little clips of whatever.
They're gonna come back to it in part 2.
And I don't think we're gonna talk about it in part 1. They did it a little bit with him and Alexis or whatever.
He's rude,
but they never went in deep into it. And I'm like, wait a minute, why did I put that first part out there, and then didn't put the second?
Because they want you to come back.
Give you more. There's gonna be more, but then they try to at the end they teased it with the whole Joel thing, and I was like, wait a minute, which really brings you back into the show next week.
His name is Joel.
What do you call him?
Joel.
Same thing.
I think I'm kind of getting cold now. We're gonna see how long that lasts. What?
I said not long.
Anyway, so but Ready to Love, like we thought, so far still the 3 couples, not the 4, because the 4th one didn't.
They tease that too. They tease it to where they kind of leave you hanging about where they at now.
But he was dating the other girl.
I disagree the way they put it out there, but that's the way.
I agree with him. Like, we're dating, we're not exclusive. She didn't want to be exclusive. She didn't pick me at the end. So,
but yet she was trying to hold him to the fire to being exclusive. Mm-hmm. She told him directly. We shouldn't tell the people the story, should we? She told him directly, "I'm not ready to be your girlfriend."
I don't know you, basically.
Right. And then he said, okay, fine, I'll accept that. And we continue, we date other people we want to. But then they continue to talk. She didn't say she wanted to talk to him, so they continue to talk. But then she want to hold him to be exclusive and not dating other people. She went out of
town for 2 weeks overseas. And so the other girl done hit him up like, hey, it's my birthday. He's like, oh, let me take you out. And then they go start going out for them 2 weeks that she was out of town.
Well,
but I still don't understand if the other girl saying, hey, I didn't know that you all were together, then why did you reach out to me and tell me that you went out with my dude?
Right.
If you don't know we together, then what was your cause to telling me? You just wanted to tell me?
And then here's the other part of that. Like, they made it a big to-do about, oh, which one of these women do you want? What if it was some other woman that ain't on the show in Houston that reached out to him that he went on a date with? Is he cannot do that?
Because he's California, huh?
No, even that. Not even that. Just the fact of he's a young man out here that's single, trying to find love. If he's really trying to find love, you got to, like the show's supposed to put you into a situation, date multiple people. So if he would have had somebody else that wasn't on the show, they made it a point because he was somebody from the show.
He said he wanted to date Kyra, and so now they're just waiting to see if Kyra really want to date him, which it sounds like she don't.
She's on the fence and she don't want to make a decision.
She's not on the fence. She don't want to let go of that attention. That's all Kyra doing is attention.
But how about the fact of you see how she was so on the fence and so not able to answer the question?
She was able to answer when it came to Jason.
That's what I was about to say. She has a whole lot of passion about what he was talking about.
But you can't have passion about him because he won't Liz.
And he told her.
He is all in. He done told this girl 2-3 times, I don't care what you talking about. Liz is for me. She asked him if I was able to make a decision, would that have changed? And he looked her dead in her face and said, no, we would still be here.
Because he asked her on that, it took him to get to that tennis court before she finally said, I would choose you. And he was like, but you wasn't secure in that. Because at the same time as she said that, then she went later on when she's about to put her off the show, and then was accepting of, well, yeah, I would be with you on the fence. Get off the fence.
Lying. And I'm with Alexis. I think that she just wanted to go the distance and be like, I made it to the end.
Absolutely. It looks bad if you don't make it to the end.
Like, not really. It looks like you just didn't find love.
Right.
I hate that they say you're not ready to love. Be like, you're not ready to love on this here show.
These people that we put in front of you.
Yes.
And there's always a factor, and I don't like the show based on the fact of the way it's set up, because you can't date all these multiple people. And anybody know you dating multiple people, like the freaking fat group girls, they can't find love in that situation the way they were. Because how many times you have friends that have, girlfriend or whatever, and you do have to date both of them, so to speak. But in that environment, you can't date both of them because you're trying to date both of them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're always together. You worried about...
Say that again. You do have to date both of them. I'm back it up.
Because when you're dating somebody and they have a close friend like their relationship is, then you have to date both of them at the same time. Like
that's not really date them, but you have to get to know both.
Yeah. So the whole package.
To tell you would found it finna date my friends.
The whole package is what I'm saying. Like they come as a package, as who they are. This is my person, it's whatever. But in the situation that they're in, they both were on the show. So if I'm trying to get to know person A and person B, but A and B are friends, I don't know if I say something to person B, she go back and compare those to person A. That's not fair. And that's what they were saying. But then the women flipped it, was like, oh, the brothers can have brotherhood, but when we do it, it's a problem.
Because I think it was a little. Well, men gossip more than women. Like, let's just put that out there. Let's be real.
Okay, you want to put that out there?
You don't believe that?
I don't know if I don't think it's more. I would say we both gossip quite a bit.
Okay.
I'm not saying the men don't.
Okay, at least you're not saying that.
No.
But, so it's the same thing. You all share with another brother about what some female has said to you. However, y'all, most of the time, can keep it together. Women, if my girl tells me something that you told her, I'm going to come back and address it. And so that's why it get back to y'all that we done had this conversation.
Right.
But guys will just be like, put it in the reservoir, and y'all start acting funny. Y'all don't have a conversation about it. Don't want to be truthful.
I don't know anything about that. I'm very truthful.
I wasn't talking about you specifically.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I said I don't know. I was saying I don't know anything about that. I'm very transparent in my situations.
I would hope so.
We don't even know what's close to none of these situations they got going on. But I feel like that again, it's a good show, but it's a bad show. In the sense of it's not reality. You can't you can't get to know somebody. I shouldn't say date. You can't get to know somebody, and then me be able to see you get to know her and get to know her, and you want to get to know me.
Right.
Because when you texting me or not texting me, are you texting those other people? When you ask you out, are you that's not comfortable. It's a bad situation to me, and it's just not reality. Because then now that even if the people that have chose each other, like even Amber and KG, okay, Deron lied about them taking dates or whatever. But
that man, can we just pause? When a guy is lying and he thinks that if I just keep talking over you and just keep lying, it'll be okay. First of all, you can't do that to women. But this particular woman is a district attorney. Sir, you're about to go on the witness stand. This man was like, well, me and Amber had a connection. She was like, no. He was like, we went on many dates. She was like, no. And he was like, well, we went on some dates. No. A couple? No. And he was like, okay, one date. Sir, how did you get from many to one? Many never equals one. Never. At any time. And you thought you was going to get that over on a district attorney? She was like, let me make this very clear, because she had her man next to her. And she was like, what we ain't finna do, I've been waiting for this here moment right here to clear my name. Because we have not went on many dates. We went on one. You kissed me and there was nothing there. End of story.
Right. And I honestly think with the way the show said they made, to me, in my opinion, I don't know if this is factual, they may have went on a date, and then he invited her somewhere where his friends were around, which wasn't a date, and that's when he kissed her, kind of out the blue. Is what, because when she said about the kiss, she was like, it was out of the blue. We really went on a date. I was there, he was there, and then he kissed me, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, that honestly was a date.
Right.
That's why he says more than one. When the other situation happened, where he actually had a date with her, I think, and it didn't go anywhere. Right. Is what I think it happened. That's why he's saying more than one, and it really was no. One was a date, the other one was just we just happened to be at the same place. Right. And he's trying to add on to that. Don't add on to it.
But he came clean, was like, okay, one date.
Right.
Yeah. But don't say many. Don't do that.
Right. My point is that, my thought process is watching the people on the show, and the people again, like KG, her, Amber, and KG. He was like, yeah, I came on the show and I had to do something different. I had to be able to date, get to know multiple people.
Because he just clinged to one girl last time.
Right.
And then it worked when she went left.
So, in the sense of the show, when you're trying to get to know somebody, you're communicating with them on a regular daily basis, and you're talking at person A, and you got a connection with person A, but you're also talking to person B. You don't choose person B, but the person B doesn't forget what you said to them. So now that we're not together, we're at the end of this process, and you're with her, why is person B not sitting there thinking I remember when he used to say this nice things to me? Right. To me, that's not reality. It's not good.
I mean, it is reality. It's just more...
Okay.
More visible than what you see in
and I think maybe it's too much because in the regular setting, you're talking to multiple people. They just don't know that when you chose somebody else, that person that they chose, they've had conversations with, whatever. Right. And that's, to me, that makes a very, very difficult situation, in my opinion.
Yes, absolutely. But one thing that we did get out of that is, speaking of brotherhood, is the Gentlemen's Club. Yeah. So they have a Gentlemen's Club where all the men come together and they talk to Tommy and what have you. And it was like they had their moments where they were able to be vulnerable. They were able to talk about things that men can't talk to women about all the time. We don't get it. Right. But that was a good a good thing to see Black men together, vulnerable, can cry, can talk about, their feelings and what they're, going through or what have you. And so I told Ben, I was like, you need to start you a gentleman's club here in Kansas City.
I've been trying to do something here real recently. It was sparked by, I don't think I'll put that out there right now. Me and my friend, shout out to BJ. What up, BJ?
Hey, BJ.
We've always said, we need to get together, go hang out, go have a drink or something or whatever, at least once a month or something. And we just, our schedules is never, as fathers and husbands, our schedule never align or whatever, but we have to make more of a point to do that because of the fact that all we got is each other. And if we can't bounce stuff, we do communicate and talk every once in a while, check in on each other, but we need to do more of that and actually have some time, face-to-face time, just being, the guys hanging out. Girls have girls' day or whatever, but guys don't do that because, we just don't do it. And we need to do more of that. So we try to plan something this past week, but again, in our planning and our scheduling, it just don't work out. He was available, and I started planning it, but I really wasn't available, even though I was trying to be available.
What were you doing?
He was working. It was a Monday. Mm-hmm. You were working or whatever, and trying to study. So I was making myself be available, but I really couldn't be available. Mm-hmm. So that kind of put a little a wrench in what the plans were. But we do have a plan to go hang out. Game 1 of the NBA Finals, we're going to hang out. And, take that back. We can't because, again, with scheduling, we made that plan. It's probably going to start on Thursday.
What's happening on Thursday?
That's when I have the prep.
Gotcha.
So I sent him a message the other day. I'm like, hey, we said game 1, but it's probably going to be on Thursday. And I'm not going to be available that day. So we have to set up for game 2, which will probably be on the weekend, either Saturday or Sunday, which we still can do. I just got to check on his schedule. But we're going to have to do that, though. We just have to men got to get together and be men, so we can talk about our wives in peace.
Wait a minute. Y'all supposed to be talking about y'all.
Is that how you dictate what we talk about? Ooh.
I don't know why I'm going to say that, because we talk about y'all, for sure.
Sure.
That's the only way we keep our sanity.
For sure.
Look, Ryan from Married at First Sight. For sure. So irritating. Anyway, so I think we talked about Ready to Love enough.
Yeah. More than I thought we were going to, because I didn't like this episode yesterday, but go ahead.
So, put a ring on it. He kept making me pause it, y'all. One of these days, we're going to have a video of us watching that show and kind of scan through so y'all can really see him in action. He was so mad. So
listen, first off, let me put a disclaimer right here. When we do that, there's going to be a lot of cursing. So I'm putting it out here today that if we ever see a title that says, put a ring on it,
hide your kids, hide your wives.
I'm gonna be cursing a lot. Mama, you can't watch that episode. And Jackie, you can't watch that episode because there's gonna be a lot of cursing. Y'all don't watch that TV show anyway. That's trash. So the people that like trash, the show was trash. It is. The people that like trash want to see me sit here and curse quite a bit. I'm gonna put that on there. We're gonna put that out there right now. I'm gonna be cursing a lot.
Yeah.
To my church members that may be watching. Y'all can't watch that. Some of y'all can. Sandra Harden, you can watch because you like to see me go crazy. This would be a good time, but you want to have a little conversation about her. Oh, we can say that later, maybe. You forgot what you said you wanted to say? You said, I'm going to shout out Sandra today.
Shout out Sandra. Well, that's it's not in my notes. I love you, Sandra.
You said, I want to make a comment about Sandra because of the fact that she posted that dog.
Y'all, see, yes, we have to come back to that. Hold on, I'm going to type that right now.
Oh, we got to type it out. If it ain't on the paper, then they going to talk about it.
It's just like documentation.
This is
if it's not documented, then it didn't happen.
This is 50 minutes in. How long is this episode going to be?
I don't know. But
we're going to get some people all the way to work.
Let me get... Hold Latrice. I have to tell you what she said. Anyway, so I'm put a ring on it. This week, the ladies went on dates. So last week, all the guys went
Stop
on.
right there. Again, this show was
This
wrong.
is why it's gonna be so long because I can't even get my thought.
This show was wrong. Okay, I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
I got something
so
to say.
last week the guys went on dates and it was all honky dory.
No, it wasn't.
Because they were like, "Oh my gosh, these women are perfect."
It was not
blah,
hunky
blah,
dory.
blah.
It was not hunky dory. You said last week that woman sitting there in her joggers.
Okay.
It was wrong. You said.
I didn't say it was wrong. I said it was dumb. Dumb.
So that means that wasn't hunky dory. When he came back, she was upset. It wasn't hunky dory.
But the girls took it. Skin off their back.
No, it was not.
It was good.
They was pissed.
But they didn't express it as much as you men did.
No,
So-
I disagree.
So
I disagree. Only the one guy, but okay.
Well, the one girl. Is that the same couple? Because she wasn't okay.
Neither one of them were. None of the girls were okay.
I know, but that one was very upset. He was trying to give her. Oh no, that was the dude from Film Mob. His girlfriend was very upset.
She was
she wouldn't even listen to what was happening.
She stopped filming.
She was like that. So this time, all the girls went out. Now, ladies, you know how we do. We know what we can put on that's going to set our men off and be like, oh, yeah. But it'll hit a little different when we done got all dressed up and it's for another man. Let me tell y'all something. The way this one right here put the thing on pause, it was like, where the hell she going? She need to go back in that room and find something else to wear.
She came down the stairs inappropriate.
It wasn't inappropriate. She had on a dress that she recently bought. I said,
That was
wait
my
a
second
minute.
point. She
Wait a minute.
said, you went on your date and I went shopping online.
How about that? Came down there with this short dress on. I said, oh my God, today.
Wrong number 2.
It was hugging and curving.
He's
and
like, where'd you buy that? That's new? Yeah, that's new.
He was like, oh, that's nice. That's nice. Go change. Then the man came to the door and he said, I'm here to pick up, what's her name, Jessica? And he said, she ain't here.
Pause right there. The man came to the door with his shirt unbuttoned. I was like, wait a minute. Button your damn shirt up. You get your shirt all up and buttoned forward. Come picking up my woman. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He not the one that came in talking about peace and blessings. That's the other one.
That's the other one.
So he come in, his shirt open, and she posing. This one right here.
She on her kickstand. She sit there, wait till the man get there, and
She done sucked it in. You know how ladies we do. And then she tilted on that chair. Hey, how are you? What's your name? And if he said his name one more damn time.
Because the guy was-
Brandon.
he was messing it up on. I would have been messing it up on
It's
purpose.
not Brandon. It's Randon. They took the B off. His name was
I don't
Randon.
know what his name was.
He's
just
talking
buttoned his
about
shirt up.
Roy, Ryan. I
whole
said, you
pandemic
know
out
that
here.
man said Randon. Randon.
That'll make a difference.
But then she didn't decide to go on another date with him,
None
right?
of them did.
No, but the other one, she should have. Peace and blessings. She was supposed to say yes.
She was
and
supposed
she
to
did
say
not
yes.
because she's her let's go on to him.
Yeah.
So the second girl, she goes on a date and he holding it together the whole time she's there.
No, he was not.
I mean,
He said he was, but he was not.
No, better than what he did afterwards. So she come down there, and at first glance at her outfit, I said, well, she's going to church. And upon further review, no, she not. So when she coming in, it looked like she had on a pencil skirt and a black and white little, business type of attire. No ma'am, no ham, and no turkey. She did not. I was like, oh, he asking her, where is your safety pin to put these things together because you got your boobs out, her stomach out. And I said, that skirt ain't penciling like it's supposed to. She sat down and it was at her behind. I said, oh my gosh. And they went to the Bailey Wine.
Pause right there. Why are you putting lotion all up on your legs and everything? You need to go out here ashy. That's what I get. She rubbing her leg down in front of him.
why she had to come all the way to the living room to get lotion on so you can see her.
Why your leg glistening? You talking about her dress being churchy, but her leg was glistening. The first thing I seen, her leg was glistening. I was like, wait a minute.
And that man came in, peace and blessings, my brother. He doing too much. I was like, sir, I was thinking the same thing.
Wait a minute. The fact that the man knocked on the door, he's like, that knock is corny. What? Who has a corny knock? How do you have a corny knock? Your knock is corny?
He said that's a corny.
That was personality.
And he opened the door. Peace and blessings, my brother. I died.
Back up, though, to the former football player and the girl with the little short.
We ain't got that. We ain't. Oh,
we did. The former football player, the guy with the short dress, the yellow dress, the posing for the pictures.
Kickstand.
The guy with the open shirt came to the door, and he said, "I'm here to pick up Jessica." And then he was like, "Oh, you got the wrong house." Closed the door and came back up the stairs.
She said, "Bang, I'll go get it." And he was like, "No, I'm good." He said, "Open the door, don't be that way." And then let him in. And I don't know why he had to come down to the door. She could have walked on down. Why you have to have him come all the way in my house?
She was posing for the cameras and the peoples.
Okay. Anyway, back to the peace and blessings guy and the short skirt girl. So she go out the door. And this man loses it, y'all. He had to have done push-ups for an hour.
He
did some pull-ups. He started hyperventilating. He done called his homeboy on FaceTime. Now, dudes, I ain't never seen no dude FaceTime another dude. I'm just saying. So he FaceTimed his friend and was crying. He was like, I ain't gonna be able to do this. Next thing you know,
he said, this is a mistake.
Next thing you know, this fool is throwing up in the bathroom. He got so sick. And I was like, look, his ass put a ring on it. If that's the way you going to force your man to get sick to him to put a ring on it, when he gets okay, then what he going to do? Well, either you have a jealousy problem or you have insecurities. He's very insecure.
That's the thing. That's the thing about the reason why they're on the show is because it's not about their relationship that they have an issue with. Mm-hmm. He clearly is in love with her and wants to be with her. He doesn't love himself.
Right.
Because of the position that he is. Now, we're going to pause right here about this relationship stuff and going to go into the other side of his problem is that fact that he has an issue with his father. We'll get back to that. But his issue with his father is bleeding into him because, well, I guess I go into it. His issue with his father is the father wasn't there to be a father.
Right.
He would drop his check off and go down again or whatever. So that's an issue that went back to him. So he feels like a father's supposed to provide. He wants to be there to provide and be a husband and be there.
He's a comedian, so he doesn't have a steady paycheck.
So then he's sitting there talking about, oh, well, we talk about finances, which relationship he should talk about. Mm-hmm. But then he's insecure because of the fact that he chose a profession that his finances ain't going to never be steady right now.
Well, his insecurity came in where she could talk about monthly and annually stuff. He like, I don't know how much money I'll make. They don't have combined finances
and because they're not married.
And so they're taking care of themselves, and so it's hard for that.
He can't get past. She didn't say it. She didn't say there was a problem that he didn't have the information.
She actually said, as long as he's giving me love and attention, which by the way, love and attention don't pay the water bill.
That's rude.
But if he's still helping out and such, and not just sitting there playing video games, then I don't have a problem.
In my opinion of it, she was saying to him, I'm not concerned about where we are financially right now. If we're going to struggle because of your income and whether it's you trying to work on your dream, that's fine. She's saying she was okay with that.
Yes.
He had the issue. She was
being supportive.
He had the issue. Yeah. But my issue with him is that just because you have issues within yourself, and of course you don't want to take into your relationship, I guess, so I guess it's good he didn't marry her, but secure that woman and let her know that we're going to do this. I'm just working on me and actually work on you.
But I don't think that was a revelation for him until he talked to the therapist.
Okay.
Because I think the therapist kind of shined light on you're trying not to be your father so much that you're hurting this relationship.
Right.
And I think we do that definitely. It'd be like, I'm definitely not going to be like my parents, or I'm going to do something different, blah, blah, blah. And it takes a toll on us to where it almost consumes us. And I think that's what he's going through.
Even though my sons are not here for me to speak into every day, I think that as black men, we have to talk to our boys. And this is the biggest problem probably in a lot of things that happen in our communities. We don't have the men talking to our boys. So we don't know how to grow up to be men.
Right.
And we have a lot of women raising boys, trying to raise a man. But they don't have that innate ability in themselves to know what a man's supposed to be and raising them. They're doing the best they can, but it still takes a man's voice sometimes to be put into that little boy's ear to get him to where he needs to get to, or he has a harder way around to getting there. Right. So that's just a whole lot of issues we have in our community, and why we have crime and things like that, and educational issues and things like that, because there's not a man out there in our communities like they need to be.
Right.
So that is huge, and it has so many ramifications in so many parts of our lives that we don't realize.
Right.
My father was there every single day working hard, and we still probably never had the conversations we probably should have had, to where he was enriching me on a regular basis about what I should be doing and shouldn't be doing. It was more of a follow my examples, be better than me. He said it directly to me. Don't be me, be better than me. But that didn't always equate to me when I was younger to be, hey, Patrick, you hear that big word?
Equate it to me. Not a big word. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm talking to Patrick. Making a joke.
I'm sorry.
I wasn't being serious.
I'm sorry.
Ooh. I forgot all he was saying now.
Equate.
I'm done. I'm done.
So, anyway.
I have a whole little point there to make. I want to make a little joke in there in the middle, and you took it a whole other level.
I apologize, and I threw you off. Well, if you remember, we'll come back to it. But, ladies, it is important for us to be supportive to our men.
Same as men being important to support their wives.
I was going to get there. But, so it's important because sometimes, well, most of the time, none of us know what we want to do. But we have to support that journey into getting there. I'm going to bring up something he doesn't want to talk about, but I don't care. So Tabitha Brown, influencer, and she's done some acting roles. She's on The Chi. And she's vegan and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. So she made a video about her husband supporting her dreams. And they've been together for 23 years. And 15 years ago, they went ahead and made the agreement that he was going to go ahead and pursue being an LAPD officer. Well, she told him, I'm going to retire you in 5 years because I'm not comfortable with you having to put on a bulletproof vest. So he supported her. So she gets sick. It takes longer than 5 years. So 15 years later, she was excited. She's able to retire her husband. Support. You know, supported her through the nose and whatnot. And now she's making lots of money where she can say, babe, you don't have to go to that job. I thought it was a great thing. Everything was kosher. I saw the video. I was inspired, not to retire my husband, but inspired.
Wait. Why didn't it hit the spirit?
I have already had that conversation with him.
No, I've this year the conversation. This is a 2-income relationship. But if we got enough income for one that we don't need to, we good.
No, we're not. It's still gonna be a 2-income.
I mean, I know we're super small. And she didn't say not having 2 incomes. She just said she retired her from that profession.
Exactly. And
so if you want to retire me from this profession so I can do something else, I'm really just laying down. I'll take it off right now.
I did tell you that I wanted you to find something that you love and that you want to do, and I support you in that. Anywho, so
we'll pause right there though. The fact of what he was doing was he wanted to have that steady income coming in
Right.
while she pursued her dreams.
Right.
And we're in the same situation slightly. Not that wait, hear me out before you roll your eyes.
No, I was thinking. That was my thought eyes, not my rolling eyes. So you haven't got used to my new eyes. This is a thinking eye.
Okay.
This is a rolling eye.
Okay. What I was trying to say was, in our situation, similar to me supporting you in your career paths,
Gotcha.
I told you, pursue those dreams that you have to get further in your career, and whatever that takes. If you got to travel for 7 weeks, or even like the recent conversation we had, what if you got to go do something for a little bit of time or whatever? What was it? What did you say? 3 months?
6.
6 months?
Mm-hmm.
Was it 6 months? 6 whole months? How far away were you talking about going again? What was it called?
Sir.
I'm just saying, like, I was okay with it, but how far away were you going to be?
Yeah, I didn't know.
We just hypothetically did that thing. Was it like in Illinois? Like, it was in the driving distance every weekend, right?
You said St. Louis.
It was like 2
but
or 3 hours
I wasn't
away.
necessarily talking about St. Louis, but okay.
How far were you talking about? Like distance? Like plane trip? I have to reevaluate what I thought I said.
You said no problem, babe.
I did. My point is that
you were nigging.
My support for what she wants to do, I tried to explain like earlier on. We can't both be in pursuit with a question mark about what the end result's going to be without having sensibility, because we have kids. We have to kind of make sure that we have an even playing field or even fitting for them. The consistency is what I'm saying. Word from security. Somebody's got to be here for them on a consistent basis, and don't have that option of being able to be pulled by this career. Mm-hmm. Like, we could put our relationship on, I don't want to say hold, but on, autopilot until we get through these career things and goals and milestones we're trying to get to. But the family as a whole ain't always going to be able to do that. So somebody has to be on a consistent basis. Right. So I feel like I took that role on in our relationship. And if you say, honey, you put in a lot of work and I want to go ahead and make sure that you don't have to put in no work no more, and you go get you something you love to do, I will be like, okay, I'm ready.
But the only problem with us in that conversation, which I would gladly be able to do, but you just have to find what your passion is.
And that's fine, but you have to take time. Her point was that
a 9 to 5 takes away your creative.
It takes away your creative, and he can't have time to do that when he's worried about putting on his bulletproof vest right today. Mm-hmm. And that was her whole point, was the fact of he's risking his life to support us. Right. I don't want him to risk his life to support us. I want him to support us in another way. Mm-hmm. And be comfortable with him, whatever he goes. She wasn't comfortable with what he was going to do. Right. But he had to do that for that steady
And I don't blame her, because look what's going on in the world. Right. And imagine 15 years of that.
Right.
And LAPD.
Right. I'm sorry about the camera, but I got to get my rear end hurting this seat. This seat is hard.
Whew. Anyway, so, and with anything, there's always going to be somebody taking shots at your relationship. And it sucks. But that's what the limelight will do. And that daggone Wendy Williams. Now, I watch Wendy, and sometimes I can cackle and tee-hee with the best of them. But she was wrong as hell. She decided she wanted to comment on her and put herself into it. And be like, oh, no, don't do that. I did that, girl. Look how that turned out. I predict they gonna divorce. Excuse you? No, we are not you, pumpkin. And I would have had some choice words. However, and what I will say.
You can't go there yet.
Oh.
You got to stay on Wendy for a minute.
Okay.
Before you go there.
So Wendy wanted to act like it was her and Kevin, because her husband basically she retired him, let him live his dream, blah,
She
blah,
didn't
blah. She didn't retire him, but she was like, I'm making all this money, you go live your dream, open up a restaurant, do whatever you want. And he cheated on her, had a whole family on the other side of on the other block, 2 blocks away. And then he, dismissed her and ended up going with the baby mama, the other girl. And then they got a divorce. She divorced him. But you can't assume that everybody's situation is going to be like your situation. It's okay to give advice. It's okay to be like, girl, this is what I did, or this is what I went through. Be strong, or whatever your decision is. That's how you should approach people, because you don't know what's going on in people's life. You don't know how they got to there. You got a point.
The problem with this is 2 parts. It's a problem. The first part is the fact that you shouldn't be commenting on nobody else's relationship. You don't know where they at. How do you have the audacity to sit here and say their relationship ain't gonna last? Why?
Right.
You don't know anything about the dynamics of their relationship. They may have an open
She don't even know them. She started off her sentence with, I don't know this Tabitha Brown girl.
Right.
Well, then why are you commenting on me?
Period. That's the first thing.
Why do I end up on Hot Topics?
Right. How did I get there?
Talking about me and my family.
But the biggest part of it is that they ended up on it because I am a celebrity. You don't get on Hot Topics unless I am a celebrity. So
well, no, because the Gorilla Hair Glue girl got on there.
And now she has a whole hairline.
I know, but are you gonna use it? Would you let me use that girl's gel?
Her hairline gel?
Yeah.
Well, she gotta be approved by the FDA and all that. You don't just make skin cancer or nothing.
Y'all go first. Because if she gonna put Gorilla Glue in her hair,
it was a mistake. That's a whole other conversation. My second part about what Wendy was saying, again, like I said, I definitely agree with you about the whole putting her own stuff in there. But she made not even a comment about Tabitha Brown's and her husband. She made a comment about black men in general, which is probably even more damaging than putting her own stuff in herself into the situation.
Well, she dating white men right now.
She put it out there to me about black men, like, oh, you let a black man do this and do that, and not have to go to work. She said, work. You need to go to work. Wait a minute. Tabitha Brown said her husband gonna work. She said all the things that he wanted to do. I want him to do what he wants to do.
He has a nonprofit where he's coaching kids in basketball, so he's able to expand on that and have more time with that. Is one of the things that he wants to do in his police retirement.
Go back.
So how you gonna tell me that my man ain't gonna work?
Go back, like you said. She don't know them. That man went to college. I don't know if he graduated or not, but he may have a degree in something she don't know nothing about.
Right.
All Tabitha said was, I'm going to retire him from the police department. Not I'm going to retire him and have him sit on his rusty dusty every day.
Right.
That man may have dreams, aspirations. He may want to open some Fortune 500 company that he been sitting on waiting. You don't know that. But as a black man, we out here trying to do what we got to do for our families. And then her to sit there and say, well, no, he got to work. She implied way too much about black men, in my opinion, that ain't necessarily true. Again, I see a two-way relationship. Like it has to be. You have to be able to maintain.
Especially now in these days, like stuff costs so much money. And, I have big dreams. Bigger than what my husband would like me to have. And so things cost money. If I say I want our kids to go to college and come out debt free, somebody got to pay for that. And FAFSA don't want to give no scholarships or no Pell Grants.
Do that again.
What?
No, not the eyebrows. It's the whole turn your head and focus. No, you got to turn your head and focus in. All right.
Y'all, I can't with your non-focused self today.
I'm focused. You took my attention. I'm looking at you.
So, with them being debt-free, somebody has to pay for it. That's us. So, we have to. Yes. Not only once, but twice. But we have to pay for our children's school. If they don't have a scholarship or what have you, we have to pay out of pocket. Because the goal is for them to come out debt-free. And when you make a goal, the way to attain it is to make the money or make the steps to get to that goal.
This is a good time to This wasn't something we talked about,
Okay.
but this is a conversation I overheard yesterday at work. It was a white man, and we won't go into the details of because this is definitely a conversation we might have another day. But I don't know all the details. Again, I'm new to this department, so I don't know all the details. But the gist of the conversation, I guess, this guy's him and his wife are foster parents, and the first thing I overheard him say, I heard him talk about some visitation and stuff like that in the past, but I didn't get into his business. But yesterday he made a point to say, we're never going to foster again. And he started talking about how, they're going through a whole lot of stuff. So I guess they have this child they're fostering, and the system, I don't know if it's a system, what they call it, is trying to reintroduce the child to her biological mother. And as a foster parent, I get what he was trying to say and how that's hard, but he was like, if they say tomorrow that she's going back to her mother, there's nothing we can say about it.
Right.
Well,
that's a part of fostering, though, isn't it?
Right.
Okay.
Like I said, it's a lot that we can't get into right now. This video is already long, and this is like I said, one topic, but I wanted to get into the fact about the education thing. He made a point about being able to provide for this child that they're fostering. If they child will stay with him, he can provide, make sure that she goes to a good school, and making sure she does this and get an education and be able to have dreams and go to college. We're going to not make her go to college, but give her the opportunity to go to college. We've been saving money so that we can give to our kids to go to college. I don't know their situation. They may not be able to have kids. I don't know why they're fostering, because he made a point to say, we have savings and we're putting money in savings to give to a child to go to college. Okay? The problem that I had with it, and again, I don't know, it's a white man. I don't know if this is a black child, but it probably is, just based on statistics. I don't know that. It may not be, but he made a point to talk about how this mother was not in a good place. He made a lot of comments about this mother in a negative way, nothing positive, and they have to share this visitation. And then, if he loved this child like he said he did, and was willing to do these things for this child like he said he was, and if that child go back with her mother, he couldn't provide those things. And I was thinking to myself, like, and then he went to the far as to say, without us, she could be sacking groceries every day when she gets older. And I'm thinking to myself, why she got to sack groceries just because she go back with her mother?
Right.
And he said, because that's what her mother does. That's what she works at. Well, you judging this woman who had a child in whatever situation she was, she couldn't take care of it, so they put her in the foster system. And he said the woman was a product of the foster system. And I'm not saying that that's not a path a lot of people go down. They have to do things like that. But to me, it was rude as a foster parent who's supposed to be helping kids talk bad about somebody who comes from the foster care system. And because you get into your white suburban neighborhood and your white suburban family, then all of a sudden you can provide better than anything else. And this child can't go nowhere because they're not with you.
There. Yeah. It's almost like you're holding that hostage, like, well, you don't want to be with your mom because you can't live out your dreams. When in fact, as long as the baby has dreams,
right? If
her mama don't have the money, that's even better for financial aid, because then you get Pell Grants and things like that. Or
I think the child's I think she's like, I don't know the details. She's not over 6.
I'm sorry, what? This is
matter of fact, he made a comment about her being in a car seat. So he was, yes, in the car seat. He made a comment about how the fact that when they go drop her off or whatever, whatever days it is, whatever day they Tuesday, or I think it's Tuesday and Sunday, whatever the exchange process is on Tuesday and Sundays. I don't think it's Tuesday. It's a longer day for him because he gets off work at 5:00, and they have they have to go at 8:30 to go meet to get the child, and there's a process of changing the car seat over because he had to take the car seat out of his car and put it in the mother's car or whatever, and then swap it back. And we went out and purchased the car seat because she didn't have one.
See, I'm glad that person isn't a foster parent anymore, because you have to have a whole huge heart to be a foster parent. We used to have a woman in our neighborhood that had a whole bunch of foster kids, and her heart was huge, huge. Well, two of them actually, and their hearts are bigger than life. Love them to death. Anybody's kids that come over, they treated you like they were yours, you know.
Right.
And so you have to have that mentality to when you're fostering kids, they might go back to their parents, but while you're here, you're mine, and I'm giving you all the love in the world. And then, you know, I support you wherever you go.
Again, we're not even supposed to be getting on this topic this much deep, but it was very, very difficult to sit there and hear this man make all these assumptions and talk about how wrong it was for this child to go back to her biological mother, and how that was going to be a problem.
But you know what that is. Privilege. His privilege is oozing out of him to where he thinks he's the only one that can make a difference in a child's life, and that's not true.
Right. Again, I don't know the whole situation about how they do fosters and you can't be in the child's life anywhere. Anybody that I ever know that was a foster kid that they have a foster parent that they like, they never leave their life. And usually the kids
I think that child is so young that if they lose them now, then they might not even remember them for real.
Well, that's true. But I mean, but if you do things the right way,
right,
then this mother may not keep this kid away from you.
Right.
But if you're doing it the way that if she's doing
and
the way,
just imagine if he's saying that behind her back, what he's saying to
what
her.
What is she feeling? The mother feeling, and the judgment that he had. The judgment was so.
And you don't
thick.
know what people are going through. You don't know why she lost her kid.
Oh, he may know.
Or why? And she might not have lost them. She might have had to put them in in foster care. You don't know what decisions people make, but
the privilege was the very good term that I couldn't figure out what it was. But it was so rude, and then he had the other coworker chiming in with him as well. That was like saying the fact that she'd be in a better situation, and you're gonna take her out of your situation. Too? No, he
ain't white.
He's Hispanic.
Oh, okay. Look, I was like, wait.
But the fact that, but he may have been different. You know, I shouldn't say he's not pretty. He is in the way for what he is, for his life or whatever.
And I mean, he might just be talking. Some people just agree with.
And no, he felt it. He made comments and felt what he said. He agreed. They was in agreements. I was not. I was sitting there as I believe that you're supposed to do what you're supposed to do with, like you said, a heart. And if you're going to be a foster, you're going to be a foster to the whole situation, in my opinion, not just a temporary stopping point. And I mean,
that's what fostering is, the temporary stopping
point. But you know that going in, and I get that that's what's the purpose of you doing it, because it's a temporary spot. You're supposed to be able to provide, but you shouldn't be bashing somebody because you're able to provide.
Right. Because
you've been blessed to be able to provide something, you're going to give back. Give back without what's the word I'm looking for?
Without expecting anything.
Right. And you wouldn't be pat on his back because he gave back to somebody that didn't have and that's fortunate. That's not the way to give back. You got to have a good, clean heart. And I think the biggest part, like I said, the education thing when you said that, and then the judgment, and then there was something else I wanted to say about him that, I don't know. It just, you got to give love.
I don't know, but I want to make sure that my black kids have an education. And they're debt-free with their education. So I'm going to set them up for success. They might not do everything that I tell them to do.
Right.
We've already figured that out with the oldest one. Sometimes she don't follow what mommy told her until after she done did her way and was like,
But that is life.
You're right. And that's life. And I did the same thing. My parents couldn't tell me anything. They wasn't always right, but they couldn't tell me anything because I was grown. I knew what I was doing. Well, here we are years later. Some things I probably should have listened to.
Absolutely.
And that's fine. And I have surprisingly gotten to a point where I'm okay with her learning it her way. Mm-hmm. I didn't think I was going to get there.
I'll be perfectly honest with you. The way that you are, I don't want to say interaction, that's a bad word. The way you are dealing with the process of her turning into an adult is very commendable. It's shocking. I didn't think that you were going to be going down this way with it. I thought you would be more of a involved.
Prayer changes things. I had to pray about that thing because what if y'all don't have teenagers when they go from elementary to middle school to high school, transitions, right? The transition that I wasn't ready for is the high school to college and / life. Oh boy. Oh no. She me, her. Wasn't ready. I'm ready for Riley now. I got this down now, I feel like. Maybe. But that whole thing with Maya, because I had her so young, it's always been a growing process for us both at the same time. So every time we get to a new level, you have to figure something out. But I definitely had to do some praying to get me to where I am now. And the Lord just gave me a little calmness, like, just chill, relax. I got her. And she gonna do what you did, basically. It was kind of a reminder of, you remember when you was out there and you was doing your thing. Right. And I was like, you probably right. I figured it out. And as I've always told her, you're at a good place where you can do what you want to do, but you still have parents to be able to be at the bottom and be kind of like a safety net. Now, I ain't gonna save you from everything. Sometimes you got to go ahead and bump your head. What?
I ain't your mama.
That's for Latrice, wasn't it? Yeah. But you know, anything that I can do that's not like, I ain't gonna just, you know, let her be off somewhere in the ditch. I'm gonna go get my baby. But and she's still a baby to me. I don't care what y'all say. I'm not gonna, you know, let her go too far into something.
And we're not gonna get into the other aspect of that process. Nope. And
not
letting
right
her spread her wings. One day we'll have that conversation.
So we were going to talk about things being don't like, but we're
already
talking about
me talking about that guy in the foster parents has been didn't like. I do not like the fact of you being a foster parent, but you got so much damn opinion about somebody else's situation that you don't even know wholeheartedly. She may have been on drugs, she may have been whatever, but she could change her life. People can change. People can go on and be successful. You don't know what that woman has in store for her. And her child only being 2 years old or whatever how old she is in the car seat still, she has a whole life ahead of her to be able to raise her properly and send her through college. She don't got to have you in her life.
There's too many resources out here that can allow you to take care of whatever these kids' dreams are.
And just because of the fact that somebody had a child that wasn't in the proper situation, they weren't married with a husband and a wife, in the best situations, they both got good careers and got money, doesn't mean that person, that child, they can't raise a child and send them off to college to be successful. That's not the goal and plan for everybody. Life happens.
You okay?
I'm sorry.
You all right?
Mm-hmm.
You good? Okay. Yes, things do change because I wasn't married. I didn't have no career when I had Maya. It took 14 years later for me to actually do that.
So 15 years from when I started my job, 2 years.
You trying to calculate when I'm going to retire?
15 years. I'm trying to get my 15 years.
Well, you 10 years in.
No. It's about from the job. He said 5-year plan. Even if it was a 5-year plan, I got 3 more years left. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I'll post the video when I retire him from his job. Anyway, last but not least, let me get back to Chandra. Now that he done reminded me. Now, y'all know last week, I done told y'all about this one right here, sending me a picture of a damn dog. Excuse me, mama. A dog. And
Mama ain't watching no more. She got to watch this on 3 days. Because 3 day period.
Anyway, so I told y'all this man and Riley are trying to set up a plan.
No. That's not the case.
Because she came to me separately asking about a dog.
Pause.
What?
Me and my child have never had a conversation in cahoots about getting
I didn't say that y'all
dog.
was in cahoots. I said y'all came to y'all. Y'all.
No.
Even if it's not together, y'all.
I didn't come with
They
you
got
like
this
that.
daddy daughter. Ooh,
No.
we gonna go to mommy about a dog.
No.
I don't want nothing else. I'm not a foster parent because I don't want no more kids. I don't want no dog because I don't want nothing to take care of. I had 2 kids. 2. So I was trying to make sure it was in the screen. I got 2 kids, and that's expensive enough. That's enough. I've been having kids all my life, is what I keep telling y'all. Ever since I was 18, I had a kid. Guess who don't want no more kids? Me. And guess what a dog is? Another damn kid. I ain't doing it.
You upset about that?
I'm upset. And what I'm more upset about is that after I said this, after everybody knows this, they've commented, I put it on Facebook, I put it on Instagram, maybe Twitter. I don't remember. But I put it on there, and next thing I know is I get a message from Chandra Harden on Instagram and Facebook with a video of a damn dog. She done bought a dog, I think. She bought it or somebody gave it to her and got it in a cage. It's a beautiful black lab. Now, I love puppies. Despite me not wanting one, I love them. And she got this thing in the cage. If my daughter sees that her best friend has a dog, do you know the ramifications coming for me? I ain't gonna look Raleigh in her eye. I ain't gonna look her in the eyes. Because she got my eyes, and my daddy couldn't look me in the eye and tell me no. I'm not looking at the little girl. I'm not looking at you either. Nope. Nope.
Ain't your mama.
You gonna give her what she want anyway.
No.
You already on the train.
No. Let's go back to it, because we could talk about it, because she was in the other room the other day.
That's why I was whispering. And somebody talking about, speak up. No, we're not going to do that. You're not going to get me.
Let's talk about
Chandra, you ain't right about buying that dog and posting it and whatnot. And you better tell her, Armani don't tell my Raleigh about the dog.
Is that kind of like how we did the Christmas thing?
Yeah. Yeah. Just like Riley didn't spoil Christmas for Armani, don't you let that dog get to Riley. Now Riley can't come over because you got a dog.
You done?
Yes.
Okay. I showed my wife pictures. I had an epiphany in my mind. I was like,
always
if I wanted a dog, a puppy, what kind of dog I wanted. So I went and did a little research. I was like, So I talked to my wife, and I told her, I gave her, you're not going to like what I got to say. And I told her, hey, this is what I thought. I don't want one right now because there are a lot of work and a lot of responsibility. I don't want one. But if I did...
I don't recall you emphasizing that you don't want one.
I'm doing it now. I don't want one because it's a lot of work and responsibility, and I don't want to take that on. Mm-hmm. So, and I also don't know, I couldn't say anything to that child because that child wants one now.
Like yesterday, I tried to tell her she has a dog named Fluffy that stays at her grandparents' house.
Right.
She said, no, that's Mama and Papa dog. And everything that Mama and Papa got, as Papa always says, is hers too.
Right. So, I don't want a dog right now.
Right.
I was just putting it out there.
Right now. You see, he doubled back. He said, I don't want one, and then said, I don't want one right now. Well, right now is July 2021. When are you going to want one? Because when you want one, I still ain't going to want one.
That's fine. But it's like people don't want kids and they have them on. There's always oops babies out here.
And that's why there is vasectomies and tubal ligation. If you don't want a kid, you need to do something not to have a kid. And guess what we have done?
You just said all the other possibilities. You went right to the cut it off.
Because all the other ones have a percentage of having a kid. No, if you shut down the reproductive stuff.
There's a percentage of a.
Let me tell you something. I will go get a tubal ligation on tomorrow. Okay? I'm going to call my doctor and we're going to schedule it. Just for your percentage to end. They can take my whole uterus out. I'm not having no more kids. The only time you will see me pregnant is if my daughter gets married and needs me to carry her baby because she can't have kids. That would be the only time that you see Bianca Andrea Hayes pregnant. Y'all hear me? I ain't having no more kids.
So you would do that even without even thought of the process of being able to adopt all these other kids out here ain't got nobody? You would actually carry one?
I would carry it for her. If that's what if she wanted
You
me
would
to
talk to her about the other options?
If she wanted, I'm not saying that she ain't went through the other options. If she wanted me to carry her baby, because she know good and well I ain't keeping it. You ain't got to worry about this is one surrogate ain't gonna keep nobody else's baby, okay? No. I don't even want when you bring it out and she need to already have her tank top on so she can get some chest to chest or what they call it. So go ahead and get that working, okay? Because that's not my kid. It's my grandkid.
Skin to skin.
Skin to skin. There you go. She need to go ahead and have her tank top ready. She need a gown like I have a gown on.
So that would be our grandchild daughter?
No, it'd be our grandchild because we carrying it from her egg and his sperm. But I'd be just carrying it.
Wait, you would carry another man's sperm?
In a egg, yes.
I'm not signing off on that.
It's they put the sperm in the egg. You didn't think it was gonna be your baby, did you?
No. I didn't even know the process.
It's an embryo.
You're not putting your sperm in my wife.
It's an embryo. They put the sperm inside the egg, and then it makes an embryo, and then I would just be housing the baby, like it would be already together.
I don't know. Like that.
Oh, it was all tee until he thought the sperm was gonna be.
I don't like all that stuff. Surrogate somebody else surrogate.
If my baby,
she gonna pay you for that shit. They make a lot of money doing that.
Yeah.
She gonna pay you to be a surrogate?
No, I wouldn't have her pay me.
Why not? She can pay somebody else.
But I wouldn't have
I'm
her
not
pay
signing
me.
off on it until I get a contract.
Okay, Jerry.
Wait a minute. Put stuff out like that.
I'm sorry.
Wow, that was too far. You used to get mama watches this.
Hey, Ma.
Again, she gotta watch it over a 3-day period though.
Hey, Ma. It is really long. We about to end. On today, we had good conversation, and we're gonna try to next time have good conversation a little shorter. I hope all hearts and minds are clear. No kids, no dogs.
Be squared.
Be squared.
Oh wait, I gotta turn the thing on first. Keep talking.
Be talking about what? And then you gonna just end in the middle of my sentence?
No, just keep talking.
I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. Happy July. If you are going to be doing fireworks, please make sure that you are responsible with them. We will be watching other people do responsible fireworks because we're not going to be paying for that. God bless you and good night.
Be safe and be squared.
Be squared.